Somalilanders are elated and super expectant over the second Trump presidency. This is Global Love 254, your hub for top news from Africa and beyond. Welcome. Somalilanders are convinced that the USA and Trump will become the first country in the world to recognize the self-declared republic. Somaliland, a breakaway territory of some post-colonial Somalia, pulled away 33 years ago after Somalia plunged into civil war and declared independence, and has been a de facto nation-state ever since. However, for the Somalis in Mogadishu, Somaliland is an integral and inseparable part of Somalia. Republicans in the USA have powerfully and explicitly expressed support for formal recognition of Somaliland's independence with the bill introduced in December last year. The policy proposal falls under U.S. Project 2025, a roadmap for the second Trump presidency. The document mentions only two African territories in its sub-Saharan African section, Somaliland and Djibouti. It proposes the recognition of Somaliland statehood to counter United States' deteriorating grip in Djibouti. However, there is no guarantee that Trump's administration will follow up the blueprint, but one thing stands out clear. The U.S. has been changing its stance on Somaliland, moving away from its Mogadishu-focused approach known as one-track Somalia policy. Somalia has cost the U.S. heavily in terms of financial and human resources since early 1990s, when the bodies of 18 American soldiers were dragged through the streets of Mogadishu after U.S. helicopters were shot down by Somali clan fighters. The African Union and other global powers believe that territorial integrity is paramount. Recognizing Somaliland could open the Pandora's box, and other separatists across the world could exploit the dangerous precedent and demand recognition for the territories they claim. Now, I want you to understand something. There are very profound reasons that could compel US and Trump to recognize Somaliland, ranging from geopolitical, economic, security, and many others. To begin with, under Joe Biden's administration, U.S. has had over 500 troops based in Somalia, carrying out special operations and training a Somali elite force called Danab, which means lightning, and has proved more effective than the regular Somali army in rooting out al-Shabaab. Secondly, Somaliland is located at the site of converging U.S. interests, economic, military, and strategic. Its coastline runs along one of the world's busiest shipping lanes. Thirdly, it seems Yemen's Houthis rebels have replaced Somali pirates as the main disruptor of traffic in the area, but the attacks remain a major threat to global trade and draw the region closer to the war in the Middle East. The scramble for foreign bases along the Horn of Africa's coastline is a major concern to the U.S., which established its largest military facility in the continent in Djibouti back in 2002. Russia has its eyes on Port Sudan. The UAE used Eritrea's Assad to fight the Houthis, and Djibouti is crammed with foreign forces, including the Chinese, who not only have a well-placed military facility but also run the huge port. Turkey's largest base on foreign soil stretches along Somalia's coastline just south of Mogadishu. Also, dealing with the rise in China is Trump's top priority. The U.S. has been accusing the Chinese of interfering with its activities in Djibouti by shining lasers into the eyes of its Air Force pilots and is keen to move elsewhere. It also wants to disrupt China's Road and Belt initiative, which is taking over much of Africa. Also, the Red Sea port of Berbera has much to offer as an alternative. The UAE, a key U.S. ally, runs the recently expanded port and hopes it will rival Djibouti. Also worth noting is that in 2022, the U.S. National Defense Authorization Act was amended to include Somaliland, enhancing security and cooperation and potentially paving the way for stronger diplomatic and economic ties. So, all factors considered, Somaliland presents itself as a major prospect that would compel more than not Trump to reward its recognition. This would enrage Somalia, a country he included in its reported 2018 infamous list of shithole countries, and a place to which he wants to deport undocumented Somalis and failed asylum seekers and criminals. With that said, the Horn of Africa should be braced for change. Thanks for watching.